Hello everyone and welcome back to more Rude Double. In the last episode, we ran across a body of an unfortunate co-worker. It was quite sad and we all mourned a little bit, but now it's time to move on and try to hopefully find the survivors, the other kids that are in the facility somewhere. So we're gonna split up again. But even though he'd been the one to suggest it, Watasi was a bit concerned that Kazami wouldn't be with him. He walked over to her and whispered.
Tachibana, 本当に大丈夫か?
ご心配なく。それより森部をお願いします。
わかった。それじゃあ俺たちは内周島を捜索しよ
う。了解しました。我々は外周島を。了解。それじゃ。
Yes, let's go. Watasi's group then headed for the inner ring right away. Yeah, it's burnt. Nina started talking to herself in a low voice as they walked down the hall.
We
don't have more. Who the hell's Toba? Oh, these people. We'll put them up. I'm sure they're fine. There was a small ring of impatience in her voice. Her concern probably had been reignited after having come across yet another body.
Sensei, やっぱり生徒のことが心配か?
そりゃね。教師だからということもあるけど。
個人的にも仲が良かったってわけか。
そうね。教師は平等でなくてはならないとは思うけど。あの二人は傍から見ていてなんとも微笑ましい子たちなのよ。いいカップルというか。
Is that what teachers do? Do they ship students all the time? I bet that's what they do. It was at that point that June cut in.
わかるよ。いい子だもんね。夏彦くんもましろちゃんも。
そういえば森部もあの映像の高校生たちとは面識があると言っていたな。
そうなんだよ。知り合ったのはつい何日か前なんだけど、私を慕ってくれてさ。
Oh, you did you? But there was something about her choice of words that caught Watasi's interest.
なあ、もう一人はどうなんだ? さっき会った三宮という子は。
彼女については私もちょっとわからない部分が多いのよ。
Oh god, the last thing we need now is a loose cannon in the midst.
わからない。
実は彼女はね、1週間前にうちの学校に転校してきたばかりなの。天川くんたちとはすぐに友達になってたみたいだけど。
That's good, I guess.
そうか。
Why has she run away from the rescue squad as soon as she saw them? That is a puzzler. It made even less sense when one considered that her own teacher had been with them too. So if even Teach doesn't know the answer to that.
だったら会って直接聞きたいな。彼女がどんな子なのか。
Yeah, I'm sure that'll go over well.
そうね。これからも一緒に学校に通いたいもの。
Well, let's focus on surviving for the time being.
よし。じゃあテキパキ捜索しよっか。
Yeah, exactly. We can talk while we search. The group then picked up the pace to make up for lost time. They checked all the rooms in the inner ring. Remember, we need to find more AD. We have none. Though this was the Senior Fellows Laboratory Division, the rooms didn't look much different from the labs and offices they'd seen in the other areas. They didn't find any survivors or AD. But the last room they visited was clearly different from every other room in the facility.
ここは医務室か。
ここなら AD があるかもしれないわね。
Yeah, if any place had it, it would be this one.
それ以外にも役立つものがあるかもしれないよ。探そう。
Maybe we'll find one of those rolly chairs that doctors always have.
Oh.
We could use some fun. The group fired themselves up and began looking through the room. As expected, there were multiple medical devices lying around. There was a bed, a small oxygen tank, and a respirator, and a blood transfusion kit. There was also something that looked like a giant closet. Huh, could it be? Watasi reached out for the closet and opened it. Are we gonna find the holy grail of AD? Just shelves of it, just lining the refrigerator closet thing? Yeah, it was a refrigerator. I knew it was a refrigerator. I've never seen a closet look like that. They were bags with red liquids, each labeled A, B, O, or AB. Blood bags. Great. The fridge was apparently used to store blood until it was needed for a transfusion. Huh. Why would they need that down here, though? So this is basically a run-of-the-mill doctor's office, like one you'd find in a hospital. But that was it. There wasn't any ID in it at all. Matassa gave up and closed the fridge. Damn! This was a sure thing!
いや、こっちはダメだな。酸素吸入器や輸血キットは使い道がありそうだが、とりあえず今は必要なさそうだ。
こっちもだよ。AD のトランプルは結構あったんだけど、中身の入っているものは一本もないよ。
June held an empty ampule and medical box. The researchers and other staff had most likely taken them and run during the evacuation. Hey, I can't blame them. I'd do the same.
くそ、当て外れか。
Hey, chin up, man.
まあ、夏彦くんたちがここで AD を見つけて持って行ったのかもしれないけど、
Maybe.
だったらむしろいいことかな。
Maybe not.
いや、楽観はできないだろう。数が足りるとは限らないし。
I agree. We can't be optimistic. We gotta prepare for the worst case scenario. Just then, Ina spoke up.
でも AD の代わりにいいものがあったわ。
What did you find?
ほら、カイロン。
What the hell is Chiron? What is Chiron? Hang on. Oh, there we go. A hemostatic agent in a tube developed by Beetlejuice new treatments. The viscous gel is useful for first aid to close wounds and stop bleeding and has been widely adopted by medical responders and rescue squads. Chiron, also spelled Sharon or Charon, is a half-man, half-horse centaur from Greek mythology. He studied music and medicine from Apollo, the sun god, and hunting skills from Apollo's sister, the moon goddess Artemis. Sharon is depicted as an immortal wise man who helps the sick and teaches heroes wisdom, martial arts, and medicine. Finally, he was poisoned by an arrow from Hercules, and unable to bear the pain, he made a bargain with the chief god Zeus to turn over Sharon's immortality to Prometheus so that he could die instead. Regretful for Sharon's death, Zeus raised him to the heavens as the constellation Sagittarius, or so it is said, but that description is not found in Greek mythology. That's interesting. I like stuff like that. Why did you save the game? I didn't want to save the game. Ina showed them a tube full of medicine. Styptic Sharon. Underneath was the name of the manufacturer, Beetlejuice New Treatment.
何なんだこれ?
Probably something for wounds.
万能の傷薬ってところかな。まるでボンドでくっつけるみたいに小さな傷だったら塞いじゃうの。
Wow.
へえ、役立ちそうだな。
Well, might as well take it.
ええ、一人一本ずつ持っていきましょう。
It said that, then distributed the Sharon amongst the three of them.
しかし、ここでの成果はこれだけか。
If I'm pronouncing that wrong, well, tough toodles. It's how I say things.
仕方ないよ。一旦外周島に戻ろう。
ええ。
The group then left the infirmary. Well, no AD, that sucks. But it wasn't a complete waste, I guess. Utasi's group went back to the outer ring through the connecting passageway. And when they got there, they heard the sound of Kazami's group voice echoing in the hallway.
だから危険です。こんなものを飲んでは。
しかし、もう乾きも限界なのだよ。
Oh, damn it.
確かに正直辛いです。
Oh, they can't drink any of the water here? It's all radioactive. It's gotta be at this point. It seemed they were arguing about something, so Utasi's group ran over and intervened.
どうした? AD でも見つかったのか?
あ、隊長。違うんです。
Damn!
AD も要救助者も見つからなかったんですが。
こんなものが見つかってね。
He then showed the rest of the group what he held between his arms. There were 6 plastic 500ml bottles that were distilled water. Just enough for everyone.
水? 水があったのか? ああ、薬品の調合用のもののようだ。
I'm gonna have them make a choice, aren't I?
しかし、内部被曝の可能性があるため、
飲むべきではないと申し上げていたのですが。
However, everyone gulped when they saw the water. Just as Yukida and Yuri said, their throats were parched like a desert. True, they couldn't be sure it was safe to drink, but...
私は多少危険でも飲みたい。
Oh no, I'm not gonna have anyone drink radioactive water.
椿山さんも
What's wrong with everyone? I guess everyone's thirst is getting the better of them.
いや、それがむしろ妥当だ。
They're desperate.
これは金属製の薬棚に入っていたから放射線に汚染されている可能性は極めて低い。無論ペットボトルの中に死の灰が混入している可能性もゼロだ。水道水とは違うのだよ、水道水とは。
You have a point. Now that he mentioned it, Kazami had said earlier that there was a chance that the water facility was contaminated by radiation. But that was tap water she'd been talking about. Water that was openly exposed to that radiation. The water in the plastic bottles was, in theory, safe, just as Yukida had said.
じゃあ立花、飲んでもいいんじゃないのか。
しかし万が一のことがあっては。
何をごちゃごちゃ言ってるのよ。
Ina said that and snatched the plastic bottle of Yukida's hands. Ina unscrewed the cap and took a giant swig of the water before Kazami even had time to stop her. Great. Why do we get a shot of her breasts? That really isn't needed. But a second later. She started choking.
先生、
何か混入物が。いえ、勢いよく飲んだからちょっとむせちゃっただけ。
Man, don't scare us like that.
それより皆さんもどう？死ぬほど美味しいわよ。ただの水をこんなに美味しく感じたの初めてよ。
Ina broke out into an entranced smile. This only caused more and more people to give into their desires.
僕も飲むぞ。
Okay, I guess I don't have a choice here. Everyone's drinking the water.
私も。
With that, Yukida and Yuri suddenly snapped into action by taking their own plastic bottles and drinking them. Kazami allowed a defeated shout. She'd probably realized that no fear of internal radiation exposure could keep them away from the lure of water.
すまん立花、俺も飲む。
Sorry. We're thirsty. We gotta have something.
私も。
仕方ありませんね。まあ安全そうなことは確かですし。
I bet one of my choices I did earlier affected the scene, and now we're all going to die horrible, painful death. Kazami also caved in. In the end, everyone took a plastic bottle for themselves. They unscrewed the caps with trembling hands and drank away while being careful not to choke on it. Fresh water was soaking into Watasi's parched throat. Even though the water was at room temperature and therefore not cold at all, it was unbelievably tasty. Oh.
生き返った。
Good, I felt that, man.
なんかもう涙出そう。
No, you gotta keep all the water in you.
では喉が潤ったところで捜索に話を戻しましょうか。
I screwed up somewhere. We're all gonna die. Kazami said this in a slightly uncomfortable voice. The rest of the group all promptly nodded.
外周島では水しか見つけられなかったわけですが。
No luck.
こっちも空振りだ。傷薬が見つかっただけさ。
結局この回では収穫はなし
Damn.
ね。
We gotta keep going. Everyone's shoulders slumped at Ina's comment.
まあまあ気を落とさずに捜索を続けようよ。
じゃあ次はこのエリアの地下2階だ。非常階段から降りよう。
The group started walking again after finishing that discussion. But when they got to the staircase, oh, here we go, here's where I die. Watasi noticed something odd about the wall in front of it. Located on the wall was a small plate that read emergency. Right below was a keypad of sorts with 10 buttons labeled 0 to 9. It's a keypad.
おい、みんなちょっと待ってくれ。
What does it mean?
これ、なんだと思う？
The group turned to Watasi and gathered around the keyboard.
なんだろう。
わからんな。非常用の電話回線か何かだろうか。
Watasi randomly pressed the button, says that that's going to do anything. But nothing happened. He didn't hear any dialing or anything.
電話だとしても壊れているようですね。
通信機器はとことん全滅か。
I wonder what it could be, guys. You know what? Hopefully we'll find out next episode. Take it easy.